what you want to say, 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 what you want to no one.
Gotta get up every morning. Big boss getting richer every minute. Oh no. Big boss, oh no. You gotta get up every morning. Big boss getting richer every minute. Oh no.
Good morning, folks. How is everybody doing today? Hope everybody's having a good day, good week. Hello. So, we made it. We made it to the stream yet again. Looks like we're just missing an ES long here. Give pretty good entry signal. Oh well, missed it. A little late to get in it now. I wonder if this bot is even working, man. It doesn't, you know? I just don't know. I don't know why the YouTube chat will not come up on the screen. You can't win them all, I guess, you know? I have to... I don't know what I'm gonna have to do with that, but something. I'm gonna have to get that figured out. Yeah. Today was a good day, man. We rented the villa. We rented the place that I'm staying, so we are on the way off to Thailand. I'm on the 26th. So streaming, unfortunately, will be put on the back burner for 2 months until September. I'll try to get a couple maybe no cam specials in there. Because I'm still going to be trading, so I might as well. I just won't have my setup, you know. Yeah, let's get into the charts, bros. Let's get into it. Let's have a look at the ecom calendar first before anything. Anything happening today? What day is it even? Friday. Not all yellows. Not too much happening on Friday today, so shouldn't see any market craziness at any time. Yeah, we're doing well on our short here. We hit a profit target. We hit one of our profit targets here. Just hit it, maybe an hour ago. So next profit target on this bad boy is gonna be a bit lower now. Let's just look at this like this on the 4 hour. So we made a new 4 hour low. I believe this is a new daily swing low too. It is. This definitely looks like it's going lower at this point. I've moved my stop up above the daily. We'll see if we get hit, we get hit. You know, it is what it is, you know. But you kind of need to trail a stop. At least that's how I do it. I like to lock in some profits. But next profit target is going to be here, or if the Dixie gets to above here. This is a big liquidity zone on the Dixie. Let's have a look at the 4 hour here on the Dixie too. Yeah, it's not a liquidity zone. This is the liquidity zone here. We'll probably see a little bit of a pullback here, right here, this candle. So this is the liquidity pocket. This is the failure to gain play. Put this right to the top of it. So two kind of zones here that we're watching. This zone and then this zone. This will be a valid short too for the Dixie. So if it presents a 15-minute gain and fail, or a gain on the euro, then you know we might look to reverse the position. Could head back down here and test that. Now that we've made new 4 hour highs, this really is all you can ask for. You know what I mean? I'm playing the 4 hour, right? So I'm playing the 4 hour, new 4 hour low. That's why our target was here. So we did take a profit target at the new 4 hour low, and now The rest is just kind of runners, you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. This does look good on the higher time frame to go higher. On the daily here, let's look. On the daily, you know, coming down and holding this daily. This is a weekly hold too, right? So coming down and holding this weekly and then starting to gain. This looks like it's going back up here, right? Past up here. Weekly. You know? They held this weekly. So when you hold the weekly, you usually make new highs, you know what I mean? New weekly highs. Could they do a little fuckery here? They could, definitely. We're in the big liquidity zone for the weekly. They've already taken it once, so you know the liquidity's kind of gone there on the first stab, but there's smaller time frame liquidity in there on the 1 hour probably. Yeah, so like there's 1 hour liquidity here. So, you know, there's, you know, this has already been taken once at the start, but this whole area, this whole range is going to be kind of the areas that we're watching for a dump. I'm not saying it won't happen, not saying it will happen, just saying that's what we're watching. Yeah, but not too shabby of a day. Not too bad for not even doing anything, you know, you just kind of showing up at the charts and pushing in a couple orders. We can talk about this ES here too. So ES almost testing the top of this range, and then, you know, they did present a buy signal, right? So they did gain this, and they didn't really test high enough yet to reject. So like this would have been good to play, man. If I would have been around, I probably would be in a position right now, because I would have started buying this, and I would have had like 1 order here, and then 2 here, and then probably 3 here, something like that. Is what so I would probably be in a break-even position right now, but I don't like to just get in, smash in after we've been in. I guess I could try to just get in here somehow. Any longs from this range would just be targeting, you know, you need to be targeting new highs. Bitcoin trade, our Bitcoin trade got stopped out in profit. So we got long here on 30x, or maybe it was here, I can't remember. This was a 30 times leverage trade. We didn't even take a PT, because really I just want Bitcoin to go back to all-time highs. So didn't take any PTs, and then I moved my stop up to here, back to entry, and got stopped out in profit. You know, free trade, not a huge deal. So this euro is the inverse of this, right? So it's, you know, yeah, like looking on the daily, the euro failed, and then it came back and had a nice retest on the daily, dumped it, and then they dumped it again. So they made another low. So, you know, looking at this on the weekly, it's just like a weekly continuation down. Down here would have been awesome to get longs, right? Because you could have got longs in this liquidity pocket here. But them also here, look at this. Wow, look at this short. This would have been an epic short. Right here, this is liquidity here, right, on the weekly level. So that, you know, taking the liquidity like that, you're gonna have a big move. Liquidity is so important, man, to trading. If you're not paying attention to the liquidity, you're not doing it right. I'm telling you, all big moves happen after a liquidity move. So they always take liquidity first and then go. Not all big moves, but like, I don't know, it happens a lot, dude. Happens a lot. So definitely something to look out for. So we're up 177 bucks plus the profit target, so pretty good. Not too shabby. Not too shab. Let's have a quick run through our long-term stocks. Quick rundown. Yeah, that should be open. Not sure why it wasn't. Quick rundown of the stocks. BIBB. Nothing really sticks out to me here. Couple pullbacks here on some of my later entries. Am I down on some of these? Dash looks like I'm down a little bit now. AMC down a bit. Warner Brothers stinker there, but looks like it might. I hope it pulls through. I hope it pulls through, man. That's all you can do is hope. Get your trades in and hope. Anyway, BIBB. Making a new daily high here. You know, not having a weekly close above looks kind of gross. I don't really love it. But we'll see what happens. If we start getting below this range, you know, I'm not going to like this too much. You want to hold this now on the weekly level. So you want to where these lines are is where you want to hold it. So you kind of want to hold it. We'll see what happens. This one trying to squeak out. They did a sweep here. This really doesn't look good at all, eh? Like they just rejected the weekly here. We're in the liquidity zone here. Took lots of liquidity. You know, I'd like them to turn this around. I don't know if they will. You never know. You never know with these things. What is this shit? Down 18%, eh? Fuck. You fucker. I got involved around here in this weekly gain. I've just kind of been averaging down a bit, but yeah, if we don't see, we really need this to start panning out, you know? I'd really like, even if we just get back up to this gap close, I think I might exit this guy. All right. Finally, some good news. CHRW. Not too bad. Not too shabby. Still have an untested weekly down here. And now, if they gain this, they're going to create a bunch. There's a bunch of liquidity that's going to be created. And a big gap close. So, you know, this one should be on everybody's radar for a retest if it does. The reason I got involved down here is because of this, right? So we'll see. This is like at the area to hold, right? So we want to hold this and we want to go to make higher highs than this. And then honestly, if this starts running, then there's going to be, put a fib on it. Yeah, and then we'll want it up here around 156. So this is pretty good. You know, this looks okay for entry. That's why I took it. Nowhere near the sell point yet on this bad boy. Oh yeah, let's go, boys. CRL, still coming down. Not too much action here yesterday on this guy. Really would just like to see them hold this at this point. Maybe take the liquidity out from underneath here and then go. Still the bottom of this that they could test. Bottom of this weekly, so we'll see. And then there's also this. So we'll see. There's kind of a pocket down there to test. Really, for this one, I'm just shooting for 313, right? So I'd like to see a move in this one. Wait. CTRA up a bit in this guy. They have come down a bit. Just a big, you know, if they come back down there to test that, that's going to be huge. That'll be a really good play for anyone paying attention. This pocket down here, it's going to be good if it goes. Caesars. I took this one off the stream. I don't know why. I think I'm not sure if I'm in this yet still or what. To check my software. Gotta check the software, man. Gotta check the old charting software. Check it. Yeah, man. Stoked that we rented this place, man. Really. I really I went all in on villa rentals here. So like my money was really getting down to like, I still have long-term investments and stuff, but like my regular day-to-day running capital was starting to get like pretty low. Oh yeah, I still have CZR. I don't know why I took this off the stream. I need to put it back on. I don't know why I did. CZR. My entry is 4652. 4652. NASDAQ. CZR. Down a bit in that one. Down a little in that one. I don't know why it was off the screen. Disney looking okay. Still, Disney looks good for a little bit higher. This is good long-term position for long-term. For Disney, really, I want to get up here. This is the big level I'm looking for. So we'll see. We'll see. Let's have a quick little check back in on the futures there. Okay. All right. Get this on the 15 minutes, so there's something to look at here. Okay. And they're trying to hold down here. You know, I don't know, man. If they do, I think we might get stopped out and then they dump it. If they're gonna try to hold over there. Dixie still looks like up to me. And then the ES. So the ES kind of failing this 4-hour zone. Almost getting to the top of the next zone, right? So I don't know. I like them better down here. I've been saying it for a while. I didn't take the short up here. They did present it, but I didn't take it. I like the idea of longing down here better. They could even take the liquidity out from underneath here. So it's really the kind of the area that you're looking for. If they do go back up, they're probably going to be a short opportunity. Just an hourly short. This is going to turn into a big short zone, and even above. So we'll see. I'm going to clean up these lines a bit here, so it's not so crazy. This is kind of the two areas that I'd be watching for shorts. So I'd be watching this area and watching this area up here. This area up here, they already did it, right? Like they did it on the way down. This one here, not so much. So this area will probably play for shorts. Liquidity over top of this. And then like a punch up and shoot down. Could play, you know, is all I'm saying. Could play. Not saying anything is 100%, right? Nothing in trading is 100%. Anyway, let's go back into the Disney where we were at. Disney. EMN is the next one. EMN. So looking okay. We did take profits on this already. So waiting for it to come back down now. Couple areas to be looking at on the downside is going to be this, the bottom of this. It's kind of what I would be looking at, and then there's this little swing. So that's kind of the zone that I would be looking at for re-entry. They are failing it up here now. Looks like it. They did have one daily failure already. They are in the liquidity zone also. This is the big liquidity pocket above this, right? So, you know, we'll see if they start going like this, then and then like this. Probably a good idea to exit positions. Where did I get in on this? 81. I had a really good entry on this. I might just keep it. And just put this stuff, because this to exit here is really not that big of a difference, right? Yeah, it's 11%. All right. Okay. Etsy, big piece of shit. This thing is. Looking like a little bit lower too, man. I don't know. They're trying to hold on to this level, but they're not looking too convincing at this point. Kind of next big level down on Etsy is going to be at like $42. So it's a pretty big slide when you're already down in the position by 17%. They failed the weekly here. Last week they failed the weekly, right? So it's, you know, I'm thinking they're gonna make a new weekly low, and then, you know, we'll see what happens at that point. And I already did. and then here they just failed this. So like, yeah, I don't know. This doesn't look too promising for Etsy yet. Down here, this might be one that I try to trade my way out of and just get long again. This is the more long-term area for it to hold, right? Let's put this on the monthly here, and this is the monthly swing. So this is kind of the area that you want them to hold. I know this is a huge zone, so you know it is what it is. It's just like, just kind of have to look for entries once they start doing it. Any chatters here? No. Nah. No chatters. That's okay. EW. EW, we've already taken profits. Next step is this up here. Look at the weekly here. Yeah, this is the weekly support zone. Weekly liquidity. They're holding on to the weekly in the upper range, so looks pretty good. They did have a daily gain, and now they're gaining again. So this one looks like it's going to be off to the races a little bit. EW, 18% up. We did take a little PT on off the top of this. Next zone is this. Really, the next, if I take one more PT, the rest will just be a runner for all-time high. And probably look to get into a long again on this guy. If we get up there, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it looks when we get into the position, or when later on when it's there. FE. EW. Let me look at EW again. I should have took profits here. No, it doesn't look like I did. So it looks like I missed profits on this one. I had it at this point. It's kind of where I want them to go. 98, 100. So I'll take profits there, and then after that we'll just stop the profit, and then look for just let it go. Let her run, man. Fizz. This one looks pretty good. We've taken a PT on this. We took it at the top. The rest of this, I think, is just going to run. I'm just going to leave it and just fuck it. Did this guy start moving yet? Jeez, man. This one looks so good to go. Really, man. I should just put this out again. This one really looks good to go, man. And there's like so much to the upside, man. Even just getting above here is quite the move. That's 40%. I'm buying more of this today. Can't believe this hasn't popped yet, man. Like, really, this just looks good to go. This one's down 10%. Not a huge deal. Gonna buy 2 more. Buy a couple more of these bad boys. All right, we queued up a little bit more for that one. FE we already went through. INCY. Is this thing? What is this? Is this gonna go or what? They made weekly lows. I hate when they do this, man. You know, they give a signal for like a signal to the upside, and then they make it do a sweep. I don't like it. Really, I had a pretty shit entry in this too. I just kind of blasted in off the weekly. I should be up in this already. That's what you get for market smashing in. I should be up in this 10 by 10%, not at break even. Really, dude. Let's pull it together a bit here, you know? Kind of need to have this open. KHC, nothing really to talk about there. Basically at entry. Kim, this one still looks good though to go. Did have a decent gain here in the weekly. Let's see if we can make 38.91. Kimmy basically at entry, nothing to talk about. KMB. We're up a little bit in this one. 17%. I did take profits already on this one too here at the zone, so just gonna kind of leave that one alone. KMX, CarMax, looks like a few buys. CarMax. I'd really like to see it hold this and just go, you know. This was doing so much better before. Why, like, I should have just been taking some profits here before. I didn't take profits there. I should have. Like, this is stupid, man. Really. Like I should have took profits. This is basically just back to my entry. Could have done a re-add, you know. It's stupid shit. Kuvu. Kvu. Kenview. All right, Kenview. Making a new weekly low last week and then bouncing off it. We're bouncing into the weekly, so we'll see what happens here. They did gain a daily coming off of that. So there's a daily long in play. You know, this could go. I'm gonna leave it. Marna. MKTX. Is that in here too? I don't have this one in here too. Anyway, Marna. So Marna, we did take profit targets on this guy. Pretty hefty one actually. So we'll see. Kind of expect them to come back a little bit after taking the big liquidity out of this, right? So we're gonna see. This is kind of the area, and this is the liquidity I'm looking at. We're in it from 103, so we have a little bit of leeway there. Nem. up 18. Nemi. Nike we don't have anymore. Should have stayed in that one, really. Yeah, really, like this was the area to hold, and they're buying it, so stupid. Nemi, yeah, Nem. We haven't taken PTs on this yet. We really should have. Yeah, we have not. Nem, we're up 18%. It's because we got in late, man. I should have got in here, and I got in here. You know? I'm in this one from 36. Yeah. 36.20. I got in late on this one. I didn't have a good entry. So, you know, that's why I haven't taken a PT, because I'm fucking greedy. If we get up to 45, we'll take a PT. They did kind of lose this weekly. I'm actually going to take a PT right now. Just some, you know. Order. We're going to sell it at market for 5. 5 of them. It's really not much, yeah. Should maybe 7 of them. I don't want to sell half. Oh, I own 20. Okay. All right. So yeah, I don't want to sell half. Sell 8. Oh, it's because they don't know what it's gonna sell at. I see. So don't do that yet. Just get a little calculator out here. What's that worth? 5 times 36 and 80. 8 times 36. I think we'll do that. 8. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we really should have took PT on this guy when it got above this level here. So yeah. Okay. Warner Brothers. Oh, please just start doing something. Warner Brothers. You are the worst. Really. How do you not go? You're Warner Brothers, man. Movies, you know? Shit. Movies. You have Discovery Incorporated, man. You're 2 things. You know? God damn. Look, you're at the goddamn zone. Just do something, man. Try it out. Oh, I hate this one so much. I hate you. New low, daily gain. Just flush it. You know, this is at the long-term level. You're at the level, basically, man. Like, just let's do it, you know? This is basically the level. How much closer do you want to get? Can you just do it already? Just try it out. Try something new, man. You know, just going down all the time like that. Just try something new. What are we thinking about Zap today? Sorry about the late reply there, brother. I just saw that. I had my charts in front of your screen. Zap. I don't know. We can look at it. Zap. Zapper. Zap, eh? This? Zap? Zap Electronics or electric vehicles? Oh, wow. What happened, you know? So the play on this kind of, this looks so bad, dude. Like, you know, it's just hard to, what happened here, dude? What happened to this guy? You know, you go out and you try to run a company and then this happens. It did gain the daily, so I do like that. I like a little bit of a deeper retest though. Last day not making daily highs or not making a daily close above, not the greatest. Yeah, it went crazy yesterday because it gained this weekly, right? So it didn't even test it though. I still think it could go lower, man. But it did gain the weekly, and now there's a big liquidity pocket here, so you know, not saying it can't just keep going up. It could definitely. It's coming up and it's hitting this weekly swing. Hit this to the bottom of this range. So, you know, without getting above here, it's still downward. But the good news in this one is it did gain this weekly, right? So this is a trend reversal signal when it had, and it gained it with aggression too. Usually they test those back. They test them, right? So, you know, I would have expected this a little bit lower and testing the top of this weekly. This is kind of the zone that you're going to want to look for entries. Sync globally. So this is a big liquidity pocket now. So this is where you want to look for entries for long side. At least that's how I do it. You know what I mean? Will it get there? Maybe not. Who knows? You know, you never know. But it would be pretty valid to just put orders in there right now. You know what I mean? Could put long positions just even on a sweep of that with stops at the bottom and target there. It's an 8 to 1 risk reward. This is pretty good, you know. So valid for a trade, I would say. Who knows about the validity of this company though? Like I have no idea about anything to do with Zap. But yeah, it's for a trade. Yeah, it looks okay. Yeah, it's you know, like I said, you're not wrong, but like it's not a good area to buy right now because it's still failing it's still failing. You need to buy it down here. And like you know, this might be all they give you. They might not go back down there. So for me, I'd just pick a different chart to trade. There's a million charts like this, you know. I mean, maybe not look exactly like Zap, but there's charts everywhere, man. And like, you know, for me, it's more important, man, to look for you know, proper trades, right? If it's not a 100%, you know, a fuck yeah trade, then I just move along to the next chart because it's like there's so many charts. Why wouldn't I just pick? I only pick perfect setups at this point in my trading career. Yeah, it's good to keep an eye on. I'll put it on my watch list too. Thanks for that. I appreciate it. We'll add this to this watch list. Should get some of these off here too. This all crypto can just go off. And then this one is Zap. APP Zap. All right, we got her on there. Appreciate that. Easy in the house. Thanks for stopping in, man. Appreciate you guys. I see you guys in there. I appreciate the follows too. I see you got a couple follows there. Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping in, you lurkers. I love you. HPE, let's check it out, man. I love checking out new charts, man, from the community. It's you know, it's fun to do for me. HPE, and then also it's like when other people have eyes on something, it's better for me too, man, because like you can't watch everything. It's impossible. You know what I mean? HPE, this is the right chart, yeah? Hewlett Packard. Why does it only go back to 2016? What's this dinosaur guy? So these guys had a breakout. So it's pretty easy when you're at all-time high. I usually just put a fib on it. So I kind of expect these guys at $27, around $27 hairs, something like that. They're rejecting the first level here, the 272 after the breakout. So breakout 272. If you did want to get long, the breakout or the entry is going to be on a retest, right? So on a retest of this zone, the breakout zone, all the way down to this weekly swing here, right there. So that's your pocket, and then there'll also be liquidity under this weekly. So this weekly, this range is the range that you want to get long in if you want to get long, and you want to be targeting up here to the 618. I mean, you take a couple profits here and there, and then you know the main trade would be to there. So like, you know, some kind of pullback first, and then just get an arrow. You can just leave these on the chart too, and then later I can say told you guys so, something like that. But they could also fail this, you know, and you never know with this shit. You can just, all you can do is put trades in where you think it's gonna happen, right? Nvidia just is gone crazy, yeah. I sold my Nvidia way too early. So this dollar long still looking okay for me. I'm still thinking it's going to be above 105 is where I'm looking for the next liquidity point. We'll see if this point holds. Honestly, they might just stop me out and then keep going down, so we'll see. Next profit target's pretty far away. You're in at 22? Yeah, like I said, we might have a retrace, right? Down to around 19. But for them to continue, you definitely want the top to hold, right? Like this needs to hold up here. So it's important that this holds, and at the very least this weekly holds. There's also liquidity underneath the weekly here, so like, you know, at the very worst it should go down here and then go up. If it starts getting weekly closes down here and then goes up, you want to look for short or exit positions. If it's strong, it should bounce here. If it's very strong, it'll bounce there. But like I said, you never really know with this shit. Yeah, all you can do is look for entries, right? So how I would look for an entry for this one. So if I was interested in this, I don't like trading breakouts, you know what I mean? So like I really don't get involved in things like this too much. When things come down into this level, I would look for, here, let me just sync these globally so I can see the levels on the other chart. Globally, there's also a big gap fill here too, right? So they like to fill the gaps lots of times. Lots of times they like to fill the gaps. So this is kind of the area that you would look for. So I would look for a movement down here first into this zone. Then I'd want to see them hold this level, gain above the previous swing, come back and retest it, and then that's the entry. And then that's the entry for higher. So like this you know, this pattern is what you want to look for always in trading. I built my whole life off of this picture. So it's pretty funny. All my trades are basically the same. I just look for that. And then, you know, you just have to be, diligent and you know, strict with your plan and your profit targets. So something like that. I'm even just gonna leave that on there because that might play out. Yeah, man. I appreciate you coming by though, man. I figured, you know, I live in Bali, so, and I trade, and trading is it's, you know, not very exciting game. Like it's very lonely. Yeah, I appreciate the follow, Steezy. It's very lonely trading. It's just me by myself in a room by myself all the time. You know what I mean? Looking for trades. So I figured I might as well fucking just stream this shit, and maybe I can make some kind of a community here where we all share charts or whatever. If you want, you can join the Discord. I do a weekly rundown on the I just started, but I do a weekly rundown on the NASDAQ 100, all 100 charts. And then I put everything I find, I put it in the Discord. So 820. Where were we on my charts? We were still looking through our long-term portfolio here. Here we go. Oh yeah, this stupid piece of shit. Why did I get into this? AMC. I bought AMC on the retest, so we're gonna see what happens. I'm still thinking it's gonna go. You know, AMC has a lot to the upside to go, so we'll see what happens. I'm basically at entry on that guy. Yeah, Steezy, you know, it takes a while to learn, you know. Really, it takes a while to learn. What I would suggest is, like, I've been doing this for 15 years, right? So like it's been a long time. And really I was only really profitable for probably the last 5. So that for 10 years I was like, for 5 years I was losing money, and then for 5 years after I was basically a break-even trader. And then I started figuring it out. So it takes a while to figure out. The hardest part really is disassociating your emotion to the money and the trade. You really just need to play the chart and what's in front of you. I trade just price action based, so like all my trades are just based on price action. That's why you don't see many indicators or anything on the chart, right? Because I trade off the price action. Game, I can break down game for you. It's probably pretty straightforward. I have it on my watch list here. Yeah, it's been playing the price action pretty good. Let me show you. So game went crazy, right? Went nuts. Who after we made the top on game, the swing that was created was here. So this is the place to hold for the trend to continue. Actually, it was this. You can see right here, right? So this is the area to hold for trend to continue upward. So after this massive pump, you know, when you know, back in 21 when it was crazy, when it came back down, the area that it held was the top of the zone, right? So the area it held was the top of the zone, came back down. Now this is an internal trend, so the area to hold again is the top of the zone here. So yeah, you know, that's why it's come down and it's holding the top of the zone again, right? On the daily, it blasted, it came back and it held the daily swing, right? This daily swing right here. Then it gained the daily. This is another daily swing right here that was created on the inside. It gained it, right? Had price action above it, came back, tested it, then blasted it. So another daily swing has been created, or another daily swing was created, right? It gained it again, came back, tested it. So it's moving upward. Now this is all in an internal trend, but this is the main trend, right? This was the main level to hold, and it held it. So I would kind of expect them back up. Like I don't know if it's going to go all the way back up here, but I kind of expect them to go. This is actually not too bad of a spot to buy it. Back up to 48. Yeah, all those are shit. Webull and Cash App, it's all crap. You should use for stocks. You should probably use, I don't know, like it just depends on fees, right? I use Quest Trade for stocks for my long-term portfolios, and then for futures trading, I trade on Amped futures just because they have cheap fees. It's all about the fees that you pay. So how much do you pay to enter and exit trades? And then some places will say that it's zero fees, but you'll be paid. There'll be a difference in price in entering and exit, right? So like you should just make sure you know what's going on. Yeah, if it's $1.99 or $2 to enter the trade, you know, that's fine. It's, you know, it's all relative. Not a big deal. So for this Dixie position, we're still looking for it to go a little bit higher. I would like it to go a bit higher, but we might get a little bit of a pullback here, which I really think I'm just gonna get stopped out of here on the rest of this. It's almost time to be looking for Bitcoin longs again. This is the zone. I will take another long shot on this if we start gaining. Level to gain right now is up here. You're in on Biddy? What's Biddy? I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Sorry, brother. Oh, Bitcoin. Yeah. I was in on Bitcoin from long ago. But I still trade it. This stuff you see on the screen is my spot positions. I sold about 25% of the portfolio when it made new highs, and then I just kind of left the rest. So we'll see what happens. But Bitcoin respects price action, like, you know, very, very well. You can look at it here if you want to learn a little bit here. We can even look at like the history here of Bitcoin. You can try to learn just like a little bit, right? So way back here, when Bitcoin was taking off, came back down. The level to hold was this first, right? This zone was the level to hold on the weekly level for continuation. So it bounced it, but it bounced it right into a weekly level. So this is an area to short for continuation down, and it failed it. So when it does that and it fails it, it doesn't look very good for Bitcoin, you know, or for any chart when it does that. Oh, that's the worst, man. You gotta keep your coins in your own wallet. So after Bitcoin, it did try to gain here the weekly, but it failed again. The next level down was this. We bought a lot of Bitcoin back here back in the day. So this was the next level to hold. You can see like it goes all the way to this, so they held it. So when they gained it, the next level after this, so after they gain this, so this is a trend reversal down here. You can see right here. As soon as the price got back above that, this candle here, that's the trend reversal candle, right? So that turns into a major level to hold. This is the trend start. This is where it started. So when it came back down, this turns into a good area to buy. There's big liquidity down here. So that's we bought the shit out of that level too, and then it blasted off. This last run when it came back down, we really wanted it to hold the top of this, right? 20k or whatever it was, 20k. And then you look for a liquidity point around there. So the liquidity was under here, under these weeklies. So and it would go all the way down to here. So that was the area to get long in Bitcoin, the last big area to get long. And then they actually give you another opportunity too. So after they turned it around and they gained the weekly again, they retested it here. So this was also an area to get long. This also corresponds with the top of the zone, right? Trading just becomes pretty easy, pretty straightforward after you do it for 15 years and you lose a whole bunch of money and then you make a whole bunch of money. But money becomes kind of like doesn't really matter too much anymore. So right now in Bitcoin, I can explain what's happening right now. This is an internal trend. So we haven't lost or gained anything. The trend is from here to here. The trend goes from here to here. So this is the bottom, this is the top. So we could come all the way down to 53, and if we hold 53, then it still looks good to go for higher, as long as we hold this zone. And then honestly, if you want to look at what's happening in Bitcoin, if they hold that zone and keep going, the top end price on Bitcoin is a little ridiculous. Just put a fib on it here from the last retrace. So the next big number is this. It's 100K. There'll probably be a stop, a little break here too, 85K. But the next big number is around 100K. It's kind of where you that's where I'll be probably liquidating all my crypto at between 85K and 100K. I'll be getting out of everything, and then just waiting for the next big reset. Next big reset would be I'd look at like the monthly chart. And then probably this zone where we're at right now, if they go up that high, is going to be like where the reset point is. So, you know, somewhere around here, somewhere around where price is right now. So I'll sell everything at between 85 and 100, and then I'll look to get back in at that price. And honestly, I'll probably, you know, slowly put in orders too, right? So I'll put in a bit more, a bit more, a bit more, a bit more, like just keep buying the whole range down. Have I seen Bitcoin USD? No. What is it? I don't trust anything except for Bitcoin, really. All these other, you know, coins. I did buy a bunch before, but now it's like, I think the bubble's gonna pop soon on all these like altcoins, and most of them are going to zero. This? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Bitcoin USD is. Oh, about an hour to market open. Dixie trade still looking okay. Might get into a Bitcoin trade today. ES did present a buy signal. Not quite in my zone yet, so I didn't pull the trigger on it. Plus, I was a little late to the party here, but they did get a gain here above this. So on a retest of that is decent for a long, and they're holding it, right. So we'll see. But they're not quite into my zone yet. I really like the liquidity underneath here, so I think I'm gonna wait for that if it happens. If it not, then I'll just miss the trade. Oh, BHC. Yeah, that's just an altcoin. Bitcoin Cash. It's just an altcoin, man. I mean, you can chart it and you can trade it, but it's I think it's BCH, no? Yeah, BCH, sorry. USDT. You know, the chart looks exactly like Bitcoin. I just don't understand it. You should just trade Bitcoin. You know what I mean? But we are at a monthly level here to hold, so this is the area to hold on the monthly. And then on the weekly, we're at the weekly level to hold too. This level is already tested by the weekly, so we're at this weekly level. There is a big liquidity pocket here, so this is going to be a really good area for longs, I would think here. Yeah, this liquidity pocket is where what I would be looking at for longs. And then I'd be looking to take the liquidity on the top side above this. You know, they're just coming back in and retesting this move that made the all-time high. Yeah, it's a lower price point. Yeah, you know, but even if it's a lower price point, you know, if it goes, yeah, you know, you're right. It is lower price point. I'd rather just trade Bitcoin on leverage is where I'm at. But if you don't have access to do that, then then yeah, sure, I guess. The chart looks okay. We're at a spot. We're at an area to hold right now, really. Like, you know, trend is pretty straightforward, man. Like trading, you make higher highs and lower lows when you're trending up. So if you make a higher high, then you want to make a higher low, right? You want to make a higher low than the past one. And you want to make a higher high, and then you want to make a higher low. So we've made higher highs here, you know, since back here. Higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low. So we're at the point now where you don't want them to get below this, or it's going to start looking kind of ugly for the chart. Could they do something like this and then pump it? Yeah, they could. It happens all the time. That's what these things are called, liquidity zones. So these things are liquid because many people got long here, right? So there's many orders that have stops that have been moved up to there. Plus you have people like me who know how to trade that understand that that's a liquidity zone. So people will put orders there, you know what I mean? For a pump. As long as there's not a weekly close below this, it still looks good for higher. So as long as there's no weekly close below there, it looks good to go. And we are in the weekly area to buy, so this looks okay. But yeah, as far as price point is concerned, it doesn't really matter. Price point doesn't matter if something costs 300 or 100 or 50 cents or whatever. As long as the chart looks good, that's all that matters. See, the problem with charting other altcoins is like the Bitcoin chart looks worse, right? It looks like it might go down here. We have an internal gain, but that's it. It looks like it might go down here on the weekly. So that's, you know, that's quite a bit, a big drop. It's 20% down. So 20% down if BCH was it, or BHC? USD. BCH USDT. So if Bitcoin drops 20%, this thing's going to drop way more than 20%. That's kind of the issue. This thing's probably going to drop like 30%. So it's probably going to go down there, I would imagine. Maybe the end, the bottom end of this. Maybe down here, 28%. Yeah. So I would be waiting for this zone down here if we start seeing a slide in crypto. But this zone down here will probably play. This is untested. The bottom end of this, the top end was tested here. The bottom end is not tested yet. So this, I would wait for this down here. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I try to help the community. I know how trading is fucking hard, dude, when you first start. because you just lose money, and then you know you don't really know what the fuck's going on. It's and then there's so much misinformation out there too. Like really, dude, there's tons of it. There's so much crap out there that's just wrong. And then you have all these people that say they're you know, they have the best system or whatever. You know, if you had the best system and you had some kind of bot that traded and made you all kinds of money, you wouldn't even be selling anything. You'd just be fucking living, you know, you wouldn't care. Yeah, it's really not how trading works. Trading, you try to make a little bit of the money. You try to make little bits of money a lot of times, and then every once in a while you make big money. And when you lose, you try not to, you can't lose too much. You know, it's about risk versus reward. You can't lose too much on your losers. And like even when you're yeah, exactly. Even when you're like good at trading, like I consider myself good at trading. I've been doing it for fucking ever, you know what I mean? Even when you're good at it, you still lose like literally the 40% of the time. 40% of the trades that I make are not good. My full-time trader? Well, I have a few endeavors, you know. How's it going, Mariusz? By the way, I have a few endeavors, right? So like at first I was doing Amazon, so I was doing e-commerce for like, I don't know, 5 years or whatever, and the whole time I was trading too. And then I started getting good at trading, and then after I was good for a while at trading, I took a bunch of the money that I made from Amazon and from e-commerce and from trading, and now I bought villas in Bali. So now I have a villa rental business here, and then but the whole time I've been trading, so you know, e-com. It got a little flooded in the market. I did it for about 10 years. And then after that, by the end, it was getting very, very competitive. So I was just like, I wasn't making as much margin as I used to. And I was just like, fuck this, this is over. And I just took all the money that I made over the 10 years. And then I put all that money and I invested in villas here. So I run a short-term rental business here while I trade. And while I travel. So have I been am I a full-time trader? I'll tell you this. I spend more time trading than I did in any of my other businesses. The thing that gets most of my time is trading, you know what I mean? Like, because I have to review charts and I have to look at everything, you know what I mean? And it takes a while. Yeah, e-com was good for a long time, man. I did it for 8 years, and I was making like bank for 8 years. And I also had a full-time job while I was doing it, like a good job. I worked for the government, so I was having a good job with like a good pension and everything. And then I was doing e-com because I was sitting at a computer, so I just did it at work. You know what I mean? And then yeah. After that, I got laid off because of COVID. They laid a whole bunch of people off. So when COVID hit, I thought, well, fuck, there's gonna be opportunity somewhere, because I had a big stockpile of money. Because my ecom money, I didn't really touch it until, you know, for a long time. I didn't touch it because I had full-time wage. So I just let the ecom money just build in an account. And then I came to Bali during COVID, and there was very, very good deals on property and on villas. So I just said, fuck it. I stopped doing ecom and I just started doing this. Yeah. Running a short-term rental business isn't exactly passive, but I do have like managers and stuff in place at this point to help me out. So, not too bad. But yeah, it is pretty passive, but I still have to do like day to day some, you know, little things. Not much though. Really, I spend more time even doing this stream and doing trading than I do on the whole short term rental business that I have. I really like it. I like it because I get to live in Bali too, right? So like it's, you know, it's fucking beautiful here. It's beautiful here every day, and it's the cost of living is dirt cheap. Dirt. Like you can live like a king for literally like $2,000 a month, like a king. So pretty good. I don't know. I think I made the right decisions for sure. The properties that I bought were they've doubled in value since, because I got them at super discount prices from COVID. Everybody was selling land because they had no money. So probably not the most noble thing to do, come in here and just take advantage of the situation with money, but it is what it is, right? It's the world we live in. All right, we got about 40 minutes till market open. I don't know if we're going to get into any trades today. Probably just keep letting this one run. And probably get stopped out, really, to be honest with you. I don't know for sure. Yes, I don't really like getting into a position here. Not at my zone yet, so they might hold this area, maybe not, maybe yes. They did take the liquidity out from underneath here. Yeah, this little liquidity spot. This was the swing to hold, right? Here's the next swing down after they failed it. And yeah, that's pretty much where they stopped it. Liquidity point. Yeah. That's why you see like big pumps after they take liquidity, is because there's people put their stops there, right? And people enter there, people who know what they're doing. But this is kind of I don't know. This isn't exactly the range. I like it down here. Or a little bit lower. They did kind of get to where or close to where I wanted it. This is the top of the zone. We see a huge dump, I would take trades down here. Yeah. Have to wait to see on the on this side also. I'd have to wait to see if you know, if we see some kind of action. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be trading this yet, and I definitely wouldn't be trading it on it. Like you say, it's dumping. It's dumping on a 15-minute level. That's such a small time frame, right? You need to be looking at the bigger picture. That's why I have the weekly chart up. You know, when I look at crypto, I usually just look at the weekly and the daily. and then maybe the 4 hour. So on the daily level, you know, where did they stop it? Let's try to break this down again for you. They came down, they gained the daily. This is a daily swing that was gained, right? You understand that, right? Like it went down and then it went up. So it gained the swing after a significant move down. Correct? So when it comes back down into the zone, the places to hold is this swing. So the top of it is here. They held the top of it. The bottom of it is here. So where did they hold? That's why you're seeing movement here on the daily level, you know? It's a front run of this. And then on the 15, when it came down here, so it's coming down into a zone that you like. Came down into the zone that you like, then gained the 15-minute swing after a significant move down. You see here, there's no swing created up on this one, so there's nothing to do here. But down here, they gained a 15-minute swing after making a new low. So after they gain that with aggression and then come back down to test it, that's where you buy it. And you put your stops here. Put your stops here, or you can put your stops below this, because this is the daily one from back there. So this, you know, this is still in kind of an uptrend, right? As long as they hold above this is still valid. But the entries were like back here. And at this point, you would just have your stop in profit, right? You want to see them hold the top of this range. So the top of this range, maybe on the hourly or something. Let's just look at the hourly here for a second. See, you know, the problem with this. Oh yeah, on the hourly, yeah, no, the problem with this on the hourly, it doesn't look good. So already we're looking like shit on the hourly. So for the hourly to continue higher, we needed to get above this and have hourly closes above here. So it did not. You know what I mean? It just took the liquidity and dumped it. So on the hourly, I would expect this to have new lows. Because this is just trend continuation down, right? So this is the hourly down. This is up. Did not get higher. Did not have closes above. It's important to have a close above, an hourly close. So the next, you know, I would kind of expect it to go down, right? This right here is the same as this right here. Hope that made sense. Yeah, so this looks not good on the hourly, but on the weekly level, we're at an area to hold on the weekly. So if they do hold here and they start gaining above this level, this is a big level to get above. If they start gaining above there and having hourly closes up here, this would be good to get into long and shoot for the top side. But I'd like to see action up here first. Something like this, and then down, hold the top of this range, and then go. Something like that. Oh yeah, dude. It'll take more than a few times. It'll even, like I said, man, even after you understand what's going on, it takes fucking years before you're proficient enough to make money. Even if you know what's going on, because like your emotions, really, like you get emotional about trading. Like when money is involved and money is attached to things, you get emotion. There's much emotion involved, and it makes you do stupid shit, right? Like you start not following your plan, and like you start making stupid orders, or you start making stupid trades, you know. So you know, it takes quite a while, man. Really, like it takes quite a while to get. It's not about learning price action. Learning price action you can do in a matter of a month. You can understand most of it. But the hard part, and this, some people can never even get it, you know what I mean, where you need to disassociate the emotional attachment to the money. These are like small trades too. Like I'm only in a trade here for $150, you know what I mean? It's not big trades. If this was these are the micro contracts. If this was the big contract, this would be $1,500. So it's hard to watch your it's hard to watch your trade go against you with that much money on the line, you know what I mean? For me, it's easier to just trade the micros and just trade properly. This is big liquidity here, honestly. So we'll see. Yeah, man, like exactly what I'm talking about. It's hard. It takes a certain type of asshole to be able to do that. You know what I mean? And that's not me, really. It's not. I'm happy to come and make my, you know, $700 in a week, and that's cool with me, man. I have other shit that makes me other money too. You know what I mean? So it's fine. But I'm happy just making, you know, $5 to $1,000 every week. Quick look at the ecom calendar again. Pretty sure nothing is happening today. Yeah, it's all yellow today. So no market volatility at any time. But it is Friday. It is fucking Friday. So you do never know what's gonna happen on fucking Friday, right? Yeah, it does start becoming a little bit addicting, honestly, especially when you really understand the market and you really understand what's going on. It does start becoming a little bit addictive, especially when you start making money. And honestly, like once you're able to do it, man, it's something to be proud of, man, because it's like not a lot of people can do this, really. Like if you're trying to start trading, just get ready, do it on a small scale, because get ready to lose some money, because you're not gonna make money at first. 100%. You're gonna lose until you really know what's going on. And then you got to get your money management in order too, right? Each trade you do should only be worth like 1% of your account. Everybody wants to trade and make like a bunch of money right away. That's not how trading works, man. Trading works like you make a little bit of money a lot of time, and then every once in a while you make big money. Well, at least you're positive, bro. At least you're in the positives. Right? I'm sure there's a lot of people that have not made any money and they've lost. hot here. Bit hot. Bit hot. Nice. You gonna? I just bought Tesla on the stream here the other day. Tesla. Look at how messy my chart is here. Let's just clear this off. You can do a little teaching session on the Tesla chart. So Tesla, big move down. Taking the monthly liquidity. This is monthly. Yeah. So taking the monthly liquidity out from underneath this. Right? Holding the monthly, like they held here. So even though they took it, they didn't have any monthly closes below that line. So they're holding that. They're holding this range. So now the trend is from here to here. The trend is from here to here. It's kind of the box that you're working with, right? Coming back up, failing the monthly for continuation lower. So failing this monthly swing for continuation lower. Taking the monthly liquidity out from underneath this and pumping it. And then looking at the weekly. The weekly, this is the first time they had a weekly gain in a while. So came down. This is the monthly liquidity point. They took they gained the weekly here. Came down, retested and pumped it. Coming back down, taking the liquidity here and then gaining the weekly here on the inside. The inside trend gain weekly. So on the retest of this is where I took it. Looking for back up here. That's the breakdown on Tesla right now. Could they go lower and blow this out of the water? They sure could. The next liquidity point down is this. So below there. So they could go as low as $89 before finding some kind of a support. And then maybe even top of the range there as the breakout point. I don't think you're going to get that low though. This was already pretty low, $100. Yeah, that would hurt for sure if it went down there. But this is my like a long-term portfolio trade for me. So honestly, even if they come down, I'm just gonna add to the position and just hold it for this is in a retirement portfolio, and then just I'm holding Tesla for the long term. Guys are going to space and shit, man. But for the trade is here, right? The trade is they gain the weekly, they come back and retest it, and now they're pumping it again. So now we want to see them. You want to see them, you know, go. Could they come back down more? They could. There's still a daily, or this is a 1 hour. Just get this on the daily here. There's still a daily swing here. That's not, and there's a big gap that was created. So a lot of times the market likes to close gaps, but you know, this is a good zone to hold. This is a weekly zone on the inside trend. So this trend from here to here, it's the first time they've gained a weekly, right? So we'll see. Could happen. Yeah, me too, honestly. I feel like they're gonna that I feel like that one will be worth, like, you know, a couple grand in by the end of my lifetime. Okay, so we got market open. 22 minutes. Yeah, I follow their SpaceX stuff. It's pretty cool, man. These guys literally want to populate fucking Mars. It's crazy. You know? So is Bitcoin gonna make new lows here? Maybe. Yeah, this is more the area that I like it at. Oh, really? That's cool though, man. So you get to see the rockets live? Do you get to see? Do you see them? You must. Pretty cool. I watch them sometimes on YouTube for the flights or whatever. Oh yeah, that's right. Just the testing. So it's just the rockets on the ground. Still pretty cool. Yeah, dude. Pretty crazy company. It's insanely loud. I'm surprised that they can get away with doing that and they don't get like, you know, bylaw complaints or whatever. Out in the middle of nowhere, eh? Oi. Just gonna go make myself a coffee. Steezy, just I'll be right back, all right, bro? Appreciate you. I appreciate you hanging out. All right, boys. I'm back. We're about 13 minutes to open here. Let's see what's gonna happen. Will ES hold this zone? If they do, probably not going to be nothing for me to do because they didn't give me a decent entry. Bitcoin might get long on Bitcoin. Need to see them a little bit lower first. Dixie looks like they're trying to hold this here. Yeah, they're Bitcoin almost on my zone. This is the top of the swing here, so we'll see. Let me just look at Bitcoin on like the daily chart here for a second. Yeah, this is really is the area to hold for Bitcoin on the daily chart. The top of this. So, you know, I will take longs. Definitely. This is definitely the area to hold. It could be pretty far down though, right? Like there's a level here, and then this level's kind of been tested with this. So this is the big area for them to hold. Really, they're already in it. I'm gonna remove some of the stuff from the top side from yesterday's trade. You know, this is kind of where you want to see them hold it. They're already in the zone. Yeah, this is kind of where you want to see them hold it. Taking the liquidity now. Yeah. Any trades I take down here will just be shooting for all-time high. My crypto trades won't be on this chart. Because I traded on Bybit, so I'll just be putting marks on the chart. I'll put it up on the side of the screen there too, so everyone can see. I like to try to keep this as transparent as possible here, so. I'm just gonna take this M6E out of there and just put Euro. Yeah, I like to try to keep this as transparent as possible. I don't want people saying that I'm like not doing shit. I definitely know what the fuck I'm doing. You know what I mean? So. Where do you work, Steezy? You said you're at work? Oh, you definitely don't. Okay, good. Working for suckers. God. Nitrous systems for drag cars. Awesome. Yeah, no, it sounds like a cool job for sure, man. Nitrous systems, eh? It's fucking awesome. Yeah, no doubt. That's the trick anyway. That's what they say the trick is. But honestly, I think that it's, you know, if you love what you do, I would worry about working it into a point where you don't love it anymore. You know what I mean? That would be my fear with doing a job that I love. You know what I mean? Oh, that's dope, man. You get to go to races and shit all over the place. It's fucking awesome. That's a great job. My job is just trading now and being a short-term rental manager. Yeah, that's dope, man. That's pretty cool if you you know you get to do something like that you've been doing for a long time. I don't know. That's pretty dope. It'll just be a minute. Boy. Market open 5 minutes, boys. 5 minutes. Okay. You might rent out your villa one of these days when your trading skills get good. Yeah. Can only hope, yeah. Market open, 2 minutes here, 2 minutes. Let's see what happens. So we're hoping for a Bitcoin to dump this range a bit. Same with ES, actually. I'd like ES a little bit lower and give me a proper entry. And then we'll see what happens. I'm thinking I'm going to get stopped out on the euro short. Your brother owns a villa in Cabo. Nice. You can I can share with you the ones that I have here. All right, there's the open, folks. Looks like we are seeing some pressure on ES. Let's see if we make new lows. New local lows is what we're looking for. Really want it in this range down here before I want to get involved, you know? Not to say that you couldn't have made money here. This is, you know, easily. But not really the trades that I'm looking for. So on Bitcoin, really want to see them a little bit closer to this level. I forget what this level even is. Yeah, this is the range that we want to see them in before taking any more serious trades. I did get one trade in here, you know, in this range. I didn't even take a PT though, because it's just like, you know, any trades that I take in Bitcoin, I want to hold positions for all-time high, most of it. So I want to see them down here, and I want to see a proper entry for me. Kind of a nothing open, not too much action. Appreciate that, Steezy. You should see the new ones, man. There's two new ones that I haven't even put up there on there yet. They're rented off of Airbnb. What's going on, brother? Welcome in, man. Welcome in. Thanks for stopping in. How am I doing? I'm doing fantastic, man. I cannot complain. We're short right now on the euro. Bitcoin just made new lows. You're quite new to crypto, are you? I'm more a trader than like a crypto investor. Your break even on your spot positions. I'd be pretty careful about any altcoins that you're buying, because if things start tanking, those positions are going to basically zero. But all in all, I think crypto is in pretty good health, and I think that we are going to see much higher prices. Appreciate you stopping in though. Most alts already corrected. Yeah, 40 to 70%. Yeah, man. You know, the problem is most of these alts are going to go to zero, you know, I believe anyway. Yeah, not long term. Yeah, as long as you're not long term holding. Like honestly, most of these alt projects are, I believe, are going to go to zero. Even like the ones in like the top 20 or whatever, right? Like I still think it's going to be a fiasco. Yeah, exactly. So Bitcoin making new lows and then trying to gain here. See if they can do it. Might be looking into a position here. I don't like how they just tapped it though. They didn't have any solid action down here. We're not quite at my level yet on Bitcoin. I like it more in this range. So, you know, I'm not too keen on getting into positions up here, and maybe small ones. Really want to see them gain this at this point. If they start getting 15-minute closes above there on a retest of that, there probably might be a trade. So something like this, and then you can shoot for the liquidity up here. Yeah, dude, if you come to Bali, let me know, Steezy. You can just look me up, brother. I'll be here in November for sure, 100%. I'm never leaving. Life just easier out here, man, in Bali. I'm telling you, it's much easier than back home. The cost of living is so cheap. You know, everything's just, you know, relatively good price. And then Bali's the type of place where like you can spend as much money as you want here, right? Like they have super luxurious things where you can go and spend tons of money if you want, but you can also, you know, live on the very, very cheap. The problem with coming from the West is that the fucking flight alone is like a day. It's literally 25 hours to get here. So that, you know, it takes up like 2 days of your vacation. Plus it takes you a day at least to get like, you know, climatized to the time and shit. But yeah, villa rentals prices are very, very, very reasonable. And then just like, you know, once you're here, like things are cheap. Beer is like is alcohol in Indonesia is a little bit pricey because there's a hefty tax on it from the government. But the regular stuff like going out to eat and stuff, if you're cool with local food, man, like it's dirt cheap. You can get stuff delivered to your hand for like $2. Literally, you can order delivery wood fire pizza, a medium pizza. It'll be a medium wood fire pizza for like $5 delivered to your hand. Yeah, I usually douse myself with Valium when I have to go back home to Canada. Last time I'd made that trip, I slept for 16 hours. Yeah, it's better than a $5 hot and ready. It's a wood fire pizza and it's delivered. You don't even have to move. You know? And it's honestly probably cheaper than $5. It's 70K, so whatever that is in US, probably $4. Yeah, really good cost of living here. Thailand too is super cheap too. And like what you can get for your money there, it's just like, I don't know. It's just better. The quality of life is just way better. Any mountains close? Yeah, there's tons, man. They're volcanoes here, but they're you can go climbing and do mountain biking or whatever you want. I have views of volcanoes like just down the street. Yeah, I hiked. You should look up Mount Batur. Here, I'll just look it up for you and put it in chat. This is one that we hiked. You do it at sunrise. Yeah, it's pretty, you know, it's epic views, you know what I mean? Really, it's like, it's crazy. You know, these are the views that you get. You start the hike at 2:30 in the morning, and then you hike up there for sunrise. It's nuts. Yeah, it's above the clouds. If you're lazy too, like if you can't make it, they have motorbikes that'll scoot you up the mountain. Because it's like, I don't know, it's like a long hike, man. It's like 6-hour hike straight uphill. I couldn't walk for 2 days after I did it. I was like, I'll never do that again. Yeah. So Bitcoin, I don't know. Even if they gain this, guys, I'm not a huge fan of the trade here. You know, they're coming down into it though. This is the daily zone. You know, they're trying to hold this. Tighten this up a bit on the daily level. This is a zone to hold. Yeah, I don't mind it really. See what they do. See what they do with that liquidity that they grabbed. Dixie trying to hold. Really, I think Dixie's gonna because they didn't make new highs here, or they didn't have a 15-minute close above. You know, this is you know, probably headed back down to test the top of this. We'll see what happens there. This is gonna be the zone here. The next zone to look out for. ES making new daily lows. Trying to anyway. ES almost in the zone here for me. To start taking shots at her. Man, hard for a new streamer to come on here and get people to come in the... Here we go, some action on Dixie. Let's go, boys. Push it. Looks like they're going to hold. This short's going to end up being good. We start losing this range again, I'm going to be moving the stop up again. This is the big liquidity zone up here on Dixie, so we're going to see what happens here. ES making new lows. Bitcoin didn't gain, so no trade to be had there. Kind of in the zone now for ES, so you know, any kind of gain that we see, I'd like to see them push it down a little bit more. I'd like to see something like this, and then like this, and then enter in here. This is big liquidity point here for Dixie coming up, so it's like this trade is still working good, man. Still going well. This is the daily. This is the daily on the euro, where I have the stop. It's just above the daily candle, so I'd like to see a daily close below here. There is kind of a few levels here. I mean, I don't think that they're gonna hold this, but we'll see. Doesn't look like they are. I'd like to see them have a daily close below here. Would be good. So there's the liquidity grab for the Dixie. No trade. No trade on Bitcoin. You can see they did not make any gains. You know, if they did have gains above here, above this is what you want to look for, right? So if you had a close, a 15-minute close up here and then back down, then you could, for me, that would look like more of a better trade to take. ES, so if ES gains now, this is gonna be a half decent trade to take too. But the problem is that this is big, right? Like the top of the zone to the bottom that's 27 points. It's too big of a trade. So really, you'd have to take your trade from lower in the range, like somewhere like here. That's 10 points. So you'd have to enter in down here. So it just makes it really a little bit harder to get into the trade when they have like a big swing like that. You can see how important the liquidity is, right? You see, like these aren't just lines that are just like happen to just go on the chart. Like these are very specific lines that are there for a reason. You know. Even though you know that there's gonna be movement, it's hard to take trades because there's nowhere to put stops, right? So it's you still need to be, you know, it's your responsibility as a trader to take certain trades and just let other trades go. Even if you know what's going to happen, it's important to not take trades if you can't justify where the stop is going to be. You need to be able to tell yourself, okay, once the price gets to this point, it's no longer a good idea. Price does look like it's slowing down here into this level, so I don't know. I still think that we could see down here. Kind of a boring open for me, honestly. If there's not anything in the next 10 minutes or so, or 15 minutes, that's usually where I call it. I usually only stream from 7:30 until about 10 or 10:30, and after that it's like, you know, if I'm not getting into a position, I'm not going to get into a position. I just kind of push it off until the next day. Kind of a good way to do it, I think, because, you know, if you're at the charts all the time, like you'll end up making bad trades. You really do. I just kind of have a trade window because I don't want to be at the charts all the time, so I just kind of watch the market from 7:30 until around 10, and then if I see something happen, that's good. Then I'll take it. If I don't, then see you tomorrow. And then on the weekends, I'll go over the NASDAQ 100 and I trade that on the long time frames. So I don't really need to check into it too much. Looks like Bitcoin did not gain, so new lows. This is also why it's important to wait for some kind of confirmation, right? You need to wait for this to happen before taking trades, right? You need to wait for this before you enter the trade, or else you're just guessing. Even though it's coming down to a level, you don't know if that level is going to hold. Then honestly, like sometimes these trades don't work out, right? Like this was a trade. If I was around, I probably would have taken if the stop was okay. But you can see how this one it did have a reaction because it had a gain, but then it just fizzled out. A lot of times, sometimes they don't work, right? That's why trade management's important too, right? So like you need to, even though you get an entry, you know, you need to be pushing your stops up, and then, you know, so you mitigate your risk. Yeah. Yeah, crypto's probably not looking too good, I'm sure. Yeah, everything down. Sea of red. Stocks are looking all right. Etsy's looking okay. That was one of mine. Etsy. Pop up. Gain in the daily on the internal. It's looking okay. Need to see a little bit of a little bit more out of you, Etsy, before I start getting excited though. So, yeah, it kind of looks like it's going to be a little bit of a nothing burger today for the market. We're just going to keep riding out this short on the euro. And like I said, I'll probably be moving my stops up to above this swing. You're in Nvidia too? What's the ticker for Nvidia? Yeah, there it is. Oh, you're bought Nvidia up here? You crazy? This is saying a short. You know what I mean? This is not a good trade, bro. Really. So we can break down some of the stuff we learned here today, right? If you have trouble looking for the short, you can just put the chart inversed, right? Same thing. So we gain the daily here. This is this. So I would expect them to pump this now and probably close this gap. 96. Or fail it to 96. For Nvidia. Top of the weekly here too. Liquidity underneath here. You bought Nvidia at 138. Oh no, man. You definitely don't, man. That's literally the top. You need to wait until here. I'll buy Nvidia too again, but not until it gets to 100. Or at the very least, if it's very, very strong, it'll hold 116. Or this swing. But most likely at this point, because it's run so much, it's probably going to come back and take some liquidity. So probably going to come back and take some liquidity around $100. And it's presenting a short on the daily, right? So it's if we close the day down here, then it's, you know, we're going to do this. And then probably this. And then probably this. Something like that. Can leave this on the chart, see what happens. What was the other one that you said? Let me just look at this real quick here. Yeah, looking okay. Looking okay. This is looking okay. Nothing to do there yet. What's the other one you said here? HPE. Hewlett Packard. Hewlett Packard's still looking half okay, but you know, at this point, it's not. I would expect them down here first, you know, like we talked about earlier, right? Down here first, and then up here. Like now, you know, this is a rejection zone. Yeah, HPE. I got it. This is a rejection zone. Now it's not the big rejection zone. It's probably going up here still, I think. But I would expect it to come down a bit first, you know. So it's going to be somewhere in this area between 19 and 1873. between $20 and $18.73, in that range, before a continuation. Could just touch the top of it, but and it might even fail that. Who knows? Like you don't know. That's just this is just a good spot for continuation. Yeah, it's not too bad. But if they even hold it, you don't know, right? Like there's still this big gap down here that they could fill too at 18. Like you never really know. That's why it's just more important to wait for them to come down here and then see what happens on the daily. See, like kind of what happened here, right? It came down. They gained a daily. This one they took the liquidity out from underneath it first, but they gained the daily. So this is the area to buy back in after they gained this area. And they did it again on the internal, right? So they gained this area. This is the area to buy back in after taking the liquidity. It's the same shit. It just happens over and over again, man. It's just trading. It's pretty simple after you've been looking at it for 15 years. So I would expect down here first. All right. So I think this is where we're gonna end it, the stream for today. Where there's not gonna be too many orders, I don't think. There's nothing really happening too much, and I didn't get an entry. I'm just gonna hold on to my short for the euro. And then just kind of go from there and we'll see what happens. Hopefully we don't get stopped out and we can just carry this on to next week. All right. Big thank you for everybody who came by. Big thank you to Steezy. You're the man. Hopefully I see you again. Keep coming by the stream. I can definitely show you some stuff about trading. Like I said, we rented the villa, so now we're going to be moving to Thailand. So I won't be in this office anymore. I'll still be doing streams, but it'll probably be like a no cam special for the streams. So and I won't have like this full setup with my stream deck and everything. So I don't know. We're gonna have to see how it goes. No problem, Steezy. You know, I appreciate you coming by and checking it out. Hopefully I see you again. Join the Discord if you're looking for insight into trading. Yeah, I tried to, but like I said, I'm going to be moving to Thailand until September. So it's going to be, the streams are going to be, you know, a little bit more sparse because I'm not going to have a full office here. But when I get full back into it, it is going to be the same time every day, 7:30 until around now. And then it'll be Monday to Friday. And then on the weekend, I'll do my reviews on YouTube. And I'll put up the YouTube videos for the NASDAQ 100 and the crypto market review, where I run down a bunch of crypto charts. All right. Yeah, it's not hooked up yet, but it's on this link. You can find it through this link here. Sorry, I'm just new to the trading here, or to the Discord, or to the streaming. Can put it on this link here. Yeah, if you guys want to join the Discord, just check it out there. Anytime I find something on the NASDAQ 100 review that I do every week on YouTube, I'll be putting it in there. So you can if you miss the stream or whatever, you can just go there and you can see it in the signals channel there. There's a bunch of charts that are, you know, proper and good for entries. Usually the charts I put in there are for longer term stuff, because I just trade the stocks usually with my retirement portfolio. Okay, guys. Again, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys.
Thank